In April 2026, the K-pop group i-dle abruptly canceled a 10-city arena run across North America. The music industry quickly settled on a standard explanation. Ticket sales were too soft, and booking 15,000-seat arenas was simply too ambitious for the group's current demand. These standard explanations are factually incorrect. The cancellation hides a deeper mathematical reality about the touring industry. This wasn't a failure of popularity, but a result of structural unprofitability. Below a very specific scale, North American touring is inherently unprofitable for K-pop acts, even if every single ticket to those 10 shows completely sells out. To see exactly why, we need to run a side-by-side profit and loss teardown of trans-Pacific touring economics. The cost of getting the production into the country creates a larger financial hurdle than the size of the venue itself. The trans-Pacific touring math only closes under two strict scenarios: reaching massive stadium scale or taking risk-free festival bookings. We're going to break down the balance sheet to prove exactly why downgrading to smaller venues is the most dangerous financial advice a touring agency can follow. We'll calculate everything at an exchange rate of 1,400 Korean won to $1, comparing two scenarios where every seat is sold. This chart tracks the flow. Scenario A is a North American tour, 10 arena shows at a 15,000 capacity. That brings in about 150,000 attendees and yields a total gross of $19.8 million. Scenario B is an Asian run, just 5 shows across Taipei, Hong Kong, and Yokohama. Total attendance is lower, but it generates a higher total gross of $22.7 million. When we deduct the promoter and venue cuts, the disparity grows. North America takes a heavy 35% penalty under standard Live Nation splits, while Asian promoters typically accept a friendlier 25%. Subtracting travel and production costs reveals the final gap. North America costs $7.1 million, while the Asian run costs just $2.9 million. Scenario A ends with a 29% net margin. Scenario B lands at 62%. The result is staggering. 5 shows in Asia, playing to 34,000 fewer fans, generate 2.4 times more net revenue per individual member than 10 sold-out North American arenas. While geographic proximity and a lack of jet lag provide an advantage, the Asian market's real strength is its extreme pricing power. In Hong Kong, ticket pricing yields a blended average of roughly $155 per ticket, 29% higher than what the same K-pop act commands in North America. Favorable splits also play a role. Korean agencies use 20-year legacy relationships with Asian promoters to smooth out production logistics and secure that crucial 25% cut. High-capacity, high-margin venues like the Taipei Dome serve as the financial anchors for these regional tours. The combination of lower fixed logistics costs and higher per-ticket revenue creates a foundational 62%.
These expenses are anchored to the flight, not the seat count. They hit the balance sheet regardless of whether the group plays to 15,000 people or 3,000 people. This graph shows why the downsizing strategy is a fallacy. If an act drops from an arena to a 3,000-seat theater for those same 10 shows, gross revenue plummets to roughly $4.3 million. The $7.1 million fixed cost remains totally flat. Moving to a smaller venue makes soft demand catastrophic, plunging the tour into a multi-million-dollar deficit before the promoter even takes their cut. We adjusted the merchandise revenue figures in our analysis downward to reflect a specific operational pattern at Cube Entertainment. Fandoms have consistently reported low merchandise variety and persistent stockouts at i-dle shows across multiple tour cycles. This chart shows the opportunity cost. While a Big Four agency typically generates merch revenue equivalent to 35% of the ticket gross, Cube likely operates closer to 10%. This operational failure leaves roughly $2 to $3 million on the table, the equivalent of an entire band member's potential earnings from the tour. Headline touring in North America only becomes viable at stadium scale. Consistently, 40,000 fans or more per show. At that volume, the fixed cost ratio finally drops into the safe zone. At this volume, the $7.1 million anchor shrinks to under 18% of gross revenue, allowing margins to reach the levels Asia delivers by default. Only a highly exclusive tier of acts has proven they can clear this threshold. BTS launched their 2026 Arirang World Tour across 79 shows, all at the stadium level. Blackpink's Born Pink run grossed over $331 million, selling 1.8 million tickets across 66 shows. And Twice drew 550,000 fans in North America alone before becoming the first foreign act to headline Japan's national stadium as a solo artist. Commercially, approaching stadium scale and consistently delivering stadium scale are two different planets. This creates a danger zone for acts like aespa and i-dle. They have immense streaming numbers, but they have not yet built the sustained, multi-cycle demand required to justify massive stadium risks in the West. While they fill massive domes in Seoul and across Asia, their North American footprint remains firmly in the arena tier. Booking those massive arenas or stadiums before the hard demand is bulletproof is the exact mechanism that triggers sudden tour cancellations. For acts below the stadium threshold, the rational play is to let a third party absorb the fixed logistical cost. Both Twice and i-dle have utilized Lollapalooza to execute this strategy. A festival slot provides a guaranteed appearance fee, subsidized travel, and performance time in front of 100,000 people, all with zero ticket inventory risk on the agency's balance sheet. The i-dle cancellation in April 2026 represents correct arithmetic arrived at 3 months too late, occurring only after venues were locked and deposits paid. Until an act can fill a North American stadium, headline touring rests on brand ambition rather than financial logic. The size of the venue doesn't dictate profitability. The cost of crossing the ocean does.